Every god fears their children, because every prophecy begins and ends with inheritance. In God of War, Ragnarök, the boy we met as Atreus becomes something more. Loki, the trickster, the seer, the one fated to outlive the gods. But his journey is not just about destiny, it's about the impossible burden of being the son of a god who was never meant to raise one. To understand Atreus, we have to return to an older myth, to another son, born to another warrior, Telemachus, son of Odysseus. Because Atreus isn't just Kratos' son, he's the myth reborn. Across myth, divine fathers are both protectors and destroyers. Zeus devours his own children to stop prophecy. Odin hides his from fate until fate finds them anyway. And Kratos kills his father, then becomes one himself. This is the paradox: gods make war with destiny, but raise their sons in its shadow. Atreus is born of chaos, a boy who should not exist. His father, the ghost of Sparta, forged from violence and regret. His mother, Faye, a giantess with secrets written in runes. He is the child of two worlds, Greek rage and Norse prophecy. And just like Telemachus, he grows up asking the same question every mortal and immortal child must ask. Who was my father really? In the Odyssey, Telemachus is not a hero yet. He is a boy, searching the world for the father who left him behind. He travels from Ithaca to Sparta, from kings to prophets, asking not for riches but for a story. He wants to know what kind of man Odysseus truly was. And in that search, Telemachus finds himself becoming his father's reflection but also his opposite. Where Odysseus uses cunning to survive, Telemachus learns truth to lead. Where the father deceives the world, the son seeks to heal it. This same reflection exists in God of War, Ragnarök. Atreus is no longer the shadow of Kratos' past, he's the mirror of his future. He's what happens when a god tries to break the cycle but discovers that prophecy doesn't shatter, it bends. When Kratos says, "We will make our own fate," he isn't speaking to destiny, he's speaking to his son. Because in every myth where a father tries to change his path, the real change never belongs to him, it belongs to the next generation. Zeus became king because Cronus refused to stop consuming. Odin fell because he tried to control the end of all things. And Kratos, once cursed by his father's violence, tries to teach his son peace. But prophecy in mythology is never a chain, it's a test. When the Norns speak, when the fates weave, when the runes whisper, they never say how things must happen, only that they will. And Atreus learns to listen differently. He doesn't reject destiny. He rewrites it not by denying it, but by understanding it. That is how he becomes Loki, not the destroyer, but the reteller of fate. In Norse myth, Loki is chaos, but chaos is not evil. He's the question the gods cannot answer, the flaw in their perfect order. In mythology, tricksters are the editors of creation. They change the story not by power, but by perspective. Prometheus, Hermes, Loki all bring forbidden gifts: fire, speech, and freedom. Atreus carries this same archetype. Where Kratos represents will through strength, Atreus represents change through curiosity. He is the first god in this universe to question instead of obey. That is how myths evolve and how humanity survives. Because in myth, every trickster becomes the author of a new age. Odysseus returns to Ithaca and finds his son grown, wiser, stronger, the age of cunning giving way to compassion. And in the end, Father and son fight side by side to reclaim their home, not through prophecy but through understanding. Kratos and Atreus echo this ancient closure. The father who once destroyed Olympus now teaches mercy. The son who bears the name of chaos learns peace through purpose. And when they part ways, Kratos to rebuild, Atreus to discover, they become something mythology rarely allows: free. Because this is the secret every god fears, that prophecy isn't a prison. It's a seed. It grows differently depending on who nurtures it. Atreus is not bound by destiny. He is destiny made self-aware. And that's what makes his story timeless. Because it reminds us of the truth hidden in every myth, from Greece to Asgard, from fire to frost. The gods don't die when their stories end. They die when their children stop telling them differently. This was lore of the future. And maybe the future isn't written by the gods. Maybe it's written by their sons, the ones brave enough to question what came before.